Thanks very much.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Okay.
Can they see us at all? Or?
They can. Kevin's on the phone.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, Walter.
So we hear us all right? It's a little bit choppy.
Yes, we can.
So we are the grantors of entertainment license if it involves an inn holder, a common victualler, keeper of a tavern. We don't have taverns in Marlborough.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm only catching every about third or fourth word.
Got a suggestion, Mark? You're muted, Mark.
I just got back and sat down. Go ahead. I muted myself to see if
Okay.
that.
Kevin can't hear, but every third word.
I
you
can
try
hear
Paul?
everything right now.
Okay, I'm
Do you want to try
still
Kevin
catching
back in?
pieces. Joey, can you hear on your end?
I can hear them. It seems just fine. I don't know.
I wonder, is there a call-in option, Tina, for me? Because it seems like everyone
Yeah,
had is.
you have a phone number? We can dial you in.
Yeah, or
Kevin,
is there
I
a
can
call?
send you the phone number. I got it.
Oh, actually, we have it. So I might log off of this and go telephone.
Okay. Because you sound fine. It's just you can't hear us fine, right, Kevin?
Correct.
I think I'm going to give that a try. I'll see if I can't get you guys there. I'm
Sounds
going to
good.
just mute myself.
All right. I just let him in through the phone.
Okay. Can everybody hear us now?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey,
Hello, can you hear us now?
Yes, I got you now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. I'll repeat. So, Chapter 183A concerning concerts, dances, exhibitions, public shows, etc. Fall under the responsibility of the license holder if it involves an inn holder, a common victualler, a tavern, or any club or restaurant licensed under Section 12. Must come before the license board to get an entertainment license approved. Now, all other licenses, and probably not too many, go to the mayor. And the mayor makes that decision. So when I looked at the agenda, the issue I had was, we're approving a one-day license, acting on an application for a one-day license, but there's also entertainment being involved. So I checked with Tina on the license for the entertainment area, and they don't have a license, either common victualler or any other license that would put it under the entertainment part, under the purview of the license board. Any other entertainment license, weekday or Sunday, falls under the purview of the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I assume the mayor has, now the mayor's process is more informal than ours is, because we have a public meeting, we vote on it, discuss it, the public can comment on it, whereas the mayor is whatever the mayor wants as a process. Now, the mayor did send out a memo to, and I think Tina sent us all a copy of that, telling them what the restrictions were as part of, we're in sort of phase 2 at, last week it was part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're phase 2, part 2.
Yep.
Which allows indoor service. The question is, and I'll give this to you. So the mayor was on top of what was happening So the mayor was on top of what was happening at the Apex Entertainment Center. So, and I spoke with Tina, and she reviewed the Phase 2, Part 2 allowances, and said that what they were applying for was, in sense, live entertainment, and was valid in the sense that the people were sitting in the cars would be served, would have to go, to get served, would have to go out to the source, and so they were in compliance. So I wanted to make sure that we're only voting on the one-day permit, which is a Section 14 permit, not a Section 12. So the entertainment portion is, again, the purview of the mayor and not of the license board. I also, there's an issue, I think it's in the 183, the first handout I gave you, a couple of pages in, is Section 21A and Section 21E. And I think 21A controls the sale of certain non-intoxicating beverages, which do have are allowed 1/2 of 1% of alcohol. Now, this statute goes back to 1922, so I suspect it was during
Most everything had
Prohibition. And to make sure that no one was violating the laws at the time. So I don't know if, and so you need a license to sell these type of drinks which are prepared on location. I have no idea whether the city has ever granted any of these. I don't recall. And it's probably not a big deal anyway, because I don't think any of these groups would look for entertainment licenses or one-day permits. And then 21E allows us to grant a license to any club, society, association, etc., to prepare food and beverages to their stockholders or members and guests. That really applies to the club. So I don't think there's anything there. All the clubs of interest here have a 12 license. So.
Yep.
So, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Chairman, to your point, so right now, the limited matter before this board, as you're saying, is just the one-day permit, and in terms of any of the other entertainment aspects of this, in terms of the parking, and things of that nature, that's not being, it not being because it can't be covered by our license. We're just basically saying that.
If there was an issue with it, we would have to
Sure.
report to the mayor too. But I'm assuming, since the mayor's been on top of the activity down there, that he is taking care of that issue. So our responsibility today is very narrow. It's just the one-day Section 14 license permit. So there are no questions or comments.
I actually do have a question, and I'd like to ask the applicant to just give us an overview of how it is that you folks envision this taking place. I have the diagrams that you put together and all through here. So somebody's interested in coming in and seeing this show. How does it work? They buy tickets beforehand? Is it 21 and older? Or is it just, going to be, ID's going to be requested if somebody's looking to buy an alcoholic beverage? Tell us a little bit about the way you envision this operating.
Excellent. My name is George. I'm the Director of Food and Beverage at Apex Entertainment. The map that you currently have in front of you indicates where cars would enter up in the top corner where the A lot is, or the A parking structure. We will have a private security company guide cars in. Cars will be separated by size, so that way if you have a Corolla, you're not stuck behind a larger vehicle. And we will have 5 attendants in the lot, guiding people to the correct location of where they're allowed to park. It is, you don't have to be 21 to enjoy the comedy, but you do obviously have to be 21 to enjoy a beverage. So we'll have ID tables set up. We will have our food system, as we discussed today with through our health inspection. We have grills on the far corners of the building, and food will be assembled and then handled only by us, with gloves, with masks, with aprons, and then guests will be touchless for the guests. We have a pop-up bar that is currently with our current patio system as is, and we've designated 6 feet in distance, social distancing for guests to wait in line, as well as how guests, 6 feet in social distancing for how guests will wait for food as well.
How many bartenders are you thinking about having?
So I will have 3 bartenders on. You have 3 on the main bar, and then we only will allow beer purchases through our food lines, and everybody will be wristbanded previous to that with no exceptions, and no wristband, no alcoholic beverage.
Okay. Gotcha. So you're going to be doing the same thing you do at the Apex Center. I know when I would come in, before you even are given access, someone's there checking IDs. Once you pass, you get a wristband now allowing you to get a beer or go to the bar and have an order a mixed drink of some sort.
So the event that took place this past Saturday, everybody had a blue wristband to come in and an orange wristband to have alcohol. We'll just have orange wristbands. All our security team will have the wristbands on them, as well as our ID tables, and we have 4 ID scanners that will be present at the event. Physical ID scanners.
Right. And obviously, anybody looking to buy alcohol, there's no vehicle service for food or beverages. Everybody looking to get something to eat or something to drink comes to these areas and procures that, correct?
Yes, sir. That's why we did 2 different food areas on the left and right side of the building, so we could literally cut the parking lot in half to adhere with even more social distancing. At 126 spots, at 4 people a spot, it's roughly about 504 people. So now we're 251 people on each side, spread out over the parking lot itself. And then if you wanted a cocktail instead of beer, then you would go to the main beer tent, which is located near our lunch patio.
And are there any steps that have been done just to make sure, about how long is the event going to take? What are the hours going to be on this place?
The gates open up at 6 o'clock. The event goes on at 8 o'clock, and it's over at 10 o'clock. So we plan to serve from 6 to 9, and much like a baseball game in the 7th inning, we shut all alcohol down, and at that point, we have 10 culinary staff members. 5 will break down the equipment, 5 will take rolling trash barrels and start walking the lot with security to take any trash, any cups, anything away, so that we're cleaning as we go, so it's not a giant mess afterwards that the city needs to look at or we need to look at, but that we're taking care of it all right there. We're not waiting for the 10 o'clock when everyone wants to go.
That's smart. It's a good way to be able to do it. Get those things on out of that way. In terms of any concerns that we might end up having for someone, either procuring alcohol for a minor or being overserved, are there any? Do you envision any? Maximum amount of beverages per visit, or anything else like that?
So this, obviously, it's 2 drinks per minimum in Massachusetts, or 2 beers. That's how we run it at the bar anyway. We'll have security monitoring the lot at all times. I have no problem we work with this security company for 3+ years now. I have no problem with them just flashing in cars let me see your wristbands and doing spot checks. It's for our safety more than anything else. We want to open up as soon as phase 3 allows us. We don't want any speed bumps in the way. We're just trying to have, a nice socially distancing event that people can enjoy and remember what the fun was.
Thank you. I'm good with my questions, Dave. You have anything? You, Walter?
Well, my concerns were, being able to keep it away from the minors. Somebody's 18 and in the back seat of the car. How do you prevent that? People leaving with open containers. And I believe in the mayor's letter, he said you needed a police detail. I believe. Where is
They
it?
kind of handled that with the mayor.
Police details are required based on the number of expected attendees. Please contact the police department at phone. So
My understanding is you handled that with the mayor's office and the police department with your security details.
And
Yeah, that's correct. I spoke to a couple different people over at the police department. Wasn't able to talk to the chief, but we were able to talk to a couple different individuals, and they said with our own security detail, we were able to accommodate for any traffic problems that we might incur, along with any of the alcohol problems that might happen with our security detail as well.
How many people for security?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Security, how many people?
We're anticipating 5 security personnel that will be in our lot patrolling as well throughout the comedy event.
I like that idea. I mean, that was being proactive in terms of getting something, walking along on through that way. You got, basically, 6 to 10 is 4 hours. Now you're going to be serving for 3 hours that way, but just simply having someone kind of, wander, coming on through and, looking just to make sure people are, being responsible is really helpful. I mean, that, because obviously this is not a situation that's standard where you're in a restaurant where you can kind of go by, you can see somebody who may be acting, or talking, or conducting themselves in a fashion like that. They're in their vehicles. It's hard without someone going around to kind of keep tabs on keeping everybody safe. And so security detail coming along and checking these things is very helpful. I'm glad that you incorporated that.
Do you check the ages of all the individuals in the vehicles as they come in?
So, yes, all IDs can be checked, and then wristbands, an orange wristband will be given out to people that are over 21 years old.
We'd have to go, if somebody wants to get that wristband, they wouldn't do it when they're driving in. They would do it after they've driven. They have to go to, to get, exactly, they'll get carded. They'll make sure and then they'll get that wristband. And what will happen, the way we can kind of prevent underage is basically, if the security are walking around and they see somebody sitting in a car with a drink in their hand and they haven't got a wristband on, eviction, or you call the police. At that juncture, you call the police.
We have to take a zero tolerance. We have to take a zero tolerance stance because we understand the magnitude of what we're asking for. So we will take it very, very seriously with our security staff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That was Dave's point.
Yeah, that was.
Drinking age, as someone in the car who is
Sure.
And that could cause a problem,
Yeah, that was my main concern.
So, and did you say you already have incorporated a 2 drink per person when they come in? They show their ID, the maximum of 2 alcoholic beverages per purchase type of thing?
Yes, so nobody will be able to, you could walk up and order 4 items of food. You could order 4 hamburgers and 4 Cokes or 4 bottles of water, but one individual would not be allowed to take more than 2 beers away.
So you've already incorporated that. Yeah, exactly. I just don't want people, walking out with, a carton full of, beers, whatever the case. That way, two drinks.
We'll have signage on the bar that clearly states, must show wristband, and because we're not going to ID. It will slow the line down.
Unless we need to.
Right. No. Exactly. Yeah. You exactly. You ordering drinks. Show me your wristband, and you're good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Unless we for whatever reason need to verify the identity, and
yes,
obviously we would do so at the time.
Any other questions, comments?
No, sir.
To me.
On a motion, would be an order to approve.
Yeah, the one thing I'd like to end up incorporating here when we approve is just, actually it's the 1 day, so we don't even really need to put any language in about tweaking it because it's a 1 day, just something with it that way. And do we want to make it subject to police and fire approval, or because it's just a 1 day that's already on the entertainment side of things?
Well, again, we've spoken to the police. We can assume that they've had that discussion with the police.
He has not spoken with the chief. Again, you could not get in touch with the chief?
I didn't get in touch with the chief. I believe I spoke to Captain Tim, and I apologize for not remembering his last name, but he was the person that called me back, and we spoke about our plan for the lot, and especially for the last summer kickoff event as well. And he said as long as we were controlling traffic, and I think one of his main concerns was obviously Route 20, getting that backed up. We have a plan to make sure that all traffic gets funneled in. That way we're not causing a blockage onto the main road. And also the emergency egress plan, if something were to happen as far as fire was concerned, having designated exits for all the traffic that would need to exit out of the complex.
Would that be Captain Nays?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Would that be Captain Nays? Timothy
Yeah,
Nays?
Correct, yes, Tim Nays, yes.
Them on their last event.
You know, we'll cover that out, and do we need to condition it? What do you
Motion to approve?
And I'll second.
I need to take a roll call because we're on the recorder, so Walter? Vote
Yes?
Greg?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
You? Okay, 3-0.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Good job organizing that, gentlemen.
I'll email you the license.
Awesome,
Thank you.
sounds great. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Are you guys good? Did you guys, meeting adjourned or did you do
Motion
the roll
adjourned?
call for the meeting?
Second.
Now
We
we're
did,
here.
we did.
You have to do a roll call.
We did a roll call. Oh, I have to roll call this? Or
Yeah,
then roll
for
call for
adjournment too as well.
Walter, can you just,
Walter, roll call.
Don't,
for adjournment,
Oh, no, yeah, I think so.
Greg?
Hold on.
yes.
Oh,
Roll call,
David?
2-1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, 3-0.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mark.